There is a reason so many people have learned that giving birth is something to fear. That fear was taught, and it served someone. Before we begin, I want to say this clearly. This episode is also for everyone, especially partners, spouses, and loved ones of people who may give birth. Because understanding what has been normalized in maternal care can change how you show up, how you advocate, how you help protect someone you love. What we're talking about today is not niche, it's foundational. In the last episode, we talked about medical dismissal, how certain bodies have been trained to doubt themselves, and how authority in medicine was never neutral. Today, I want to take us into one of the clearest places where this plays out: maternal health and obstetrics. Because for many people, receiving the care they deserve has required seeking it outside of systems that replicated American patriarchy, outside of the systems that have historically prioritized control over care. And nowhere is that more obvious than in childbirth. For most of human history, birth was attended by women. Midwives, elders, community healers. Birth was understood as powerful, embodied, and relational, not pathological. But in the U.S., that knowledge was systematically dismantled. And this wasn't accidental. It was led by men who are still celebrated today as the fathers of modern medicine, the father of gynecology, J. Marion Sims, who built his reputation by experimenting on enslaved Black girls without anesthesia, cutting into their bodies repeatedly without consent, because he believed their pain did not matter. It's shaped by the father of modern medical education, Abraham Flexner, who reshaped the entire medical system in 1910, closing schools that trained women and Black physicians, elevating white male authority, and declaring midwifery unscientific and inferior, even though midwives had better outcomes for mothers. And it was also shaped by the father of modern obstetrics, Joseph D. Lee. He framed childbirth as inherently dangerous and pathological, something women's bodies could not be trusted to do without constant medical intervention. He openly despised midwives and worked to remove them from practice altogether. These men did not enter childbirth because they were invited. They entered because they wanted control over a process that previously excluded them. A process that made undeniable what American patriarchy could not tolerate: that women and birthing bodies are powerful, that life does not require male authority to begin, that women and birthing people were experts long before men arrived with instruments and titles. Midwifery was not replaced because it failed. It was replaced because it threatened power. Midwives, especially Black, Indigenous, and immigrant women, were labeled dirty, dangerous, uneducated, and even criminal. Laws were passed to restrict or ban their work. Licensing requirements were designed to exclude them. Meanwhile, hospital births skyrocketed, even as maternal mortality rose. Fear became policy, intervention became routine, and women were taught to surrender authority over their own bodies. This history explains why so many people feel disconnected from their births, why intuition is treated as suspect, why questioning doctors is discouraged, why pain is minimized, why consent is rushed or even ignored. And it explains why many people are now seeking care outside these systems through midwifery, doulas, and community-based care. Not because they are anti-medicine, but because they are pro-dignity. Seeking care elsewhere is not crazy. It is a return. This is not just about birth. It's about what happens when a system teaches people that their bodies cannot be trusted and then profits from that belief. It's about how American patriarchy enters spaces it was never meant to dominate. It reframes power as danger and then sells itself as the solution. So I want to leave you with this today. Where have you been taught that your body is a problem to be managed rather than a source of knowledge and power? Where have you been told that expertise lives somewhere outside of you, even when something inside of you knows better? And what might it look like to seek care that honors you instead of controls you? In the next episode, we'll continue exploring how reproductive power has been framed as weakness and what reclaiming it actually requires. If this episode resonated, consider sharing it with someone who has given birth, who is about to give birth, someone who is supporting another person through birth, or who has questioned the care they received. And remember, trusting your body is not irresponsible. It's what was taken from you and what we are learning to reclaim.